Hi, welcome back to Wallflowers. So today it's just been a normal day in most senses. I've got up, I've done the housework, basic dishes, clean the surfaces, pack the washing machine, unpack the washing machine, load the clothes dryer and keep checking on it every once in a while, see if they're dry, sweep the floors, etc. All basic housework. All done before Mr. Wallflowers come home from work this afternoon. And once he came home, we don't seem to have left the settee for hours. We started talking. So, with getting 60 eggs in my haul shopping yesterday, I already had 11 eggs in the fridge. So, it gave me a total of 71 eggs. So, for lunch today, when he came home from work, we had 2 fried eggs each with toast. So that took 4 of the eggs. So I've still got 67 eggs. So we started coming up and discussing between us, what kind of recipes can we make? I don't need to dehydrate any eggs because I've still got some vacuum sealed on the shelf in the pantry. I don't really need to make mayonnaise, anything like that, because I've got an abundance in what I buy in the haul videos, in the hauls. We've got several jars of lemon curd, so we don't need lemon curd. And at the moment, I've bought an awful lot of bakery items, so they'll last us well into the middle of next week. So it's what are we going to create? So we can make things like eggs on toast, omelets, frittatas, things like that. Could be like for breakfast, lunch items. So we're scratching our heads. We at least a couple of hours we were scrolling through looking at Google for suggested recipes using eggs. And we like a recipe that we always call eggy bread. I think other people call it French toast. So basically you just take the egg, take the piece of bread and you allow it to soak a little bit, both sides, in just beaten egg. You can add flavours to it. You can take it both ways. You can make it savoury or you can make it sweet. So you could add jam, sugar, etc. to make it sweet. But we kind of have it savoury, so you can add herbs to it. You could even put grated ham in it, etc. And we came across one of the recipes that said do it with a sandwich. So create like a ham and cheese sandwich and do the same scenario, soak it both sides in the egg and then fry it off. And I think that's what we're going to have for lunch tomorrow. So I might possibly record that for you. Other than that, I'm asking for help. We don't like pickled eggs. We don't really want to do the cured eggs because it's not something we'd use on a grand scale. I'll say I don't need mayonnaise, don't need lemon curd. So I'd like something to do with bulk eggs. Gradually, after we've worked through these bakery items, I can make a 6-egg cake. I can do different things like that. I will do. Excuse me, my voice is really dry. But I'm looking for any different ideas you may have. So if you could pop it in the comments, because that would really help me. What does I say? I've got 67 eggs to work through. So whilst we were talking, we were waiting for someone to come to the house. I spoke to a guy yesterday who'd agreed to come and look at the camper van. It's still off-road at the moment, and unfortunately it's out on the main road outside the house. The part that's broken on it is connected to the immobiliser. So the vehicle is actually immobilised. So we can't start the engine. So it's been towed from where it broke down. they placed it somewhere else. And then Mr. Wallflowers and Oscar had to use every ounce of energy to push it to where it is now. Basically outside of the house, but on the main road. So I contacted a friend that I'd known from my childhood. And his family have always been mechanics. When I was a child, they lived at the top of the street and we had a clear view straight up the road. And in their family was 5 lads, 2 girls. The dad was a fanatic for mechanics, and one by one he went through all the sons teaching them mechanics. So they'd all be out at a different vehicle. They'd have several vehicles down the road parked up in front of garages coming out of their backyard. I wouldn't be exaggerating if I said they had 12 vehicles just belonging to them all the way down the street. And each lad would be working on a different one, hands full of oil, really loving it and learning what Dad was teaching them. And gradually, as they've gotten older, the youngest one is a year younger than me, and the rest are older than me. They've always looked after their own vehicles and everyone else's vehicles, because the dad taught them so well. Anyway, I contacted him yesterday and said, would you know how to disconnect this part from the camper van? And it's causing the whole vehicle to be immobilised. I said, yes, certainly. So he said he'd come today after work. So we're sat here, and Mr. Wallflowers didn't have his afternoon sleep that he normally has when he comes in from work. And I'll say we're talking about recipes, etc. And then we suddenly noticed and looked at the clock, and I thought, well, he's not coming. It's tea time now and he hasn't arrived. So I quickly messaged him and said, have you forgotten about us? And he apologised. He said, yeah, I'm sorry. He said, I'll come tomorrow afternoon if that's okay. He said, I definitely will come. He said, I'm really sorry I forgot today. So hopefully we've got him coming tomorrow. Mr. Wallflowers managed a quick hour's sleep. I just pottered around, continued to check the wash and washed up cups that we'd used, having a drink, etc. We're just getting ready now, after I've had this cup of coffee, to do the live stream tonight. So it's Saturday night. We're going to do a live stream at 9 o'clock UK time, and then we'll be doing a quiz tomorrow. So lo and behold, as soon as I'm trying to put a post on, people start messaging me, and I love it, don't get me wrong, I love it when people start messaging me, but I was only just getting to do the post, so I'll do that in a moment. But yeah, I haven't even gotten round to making strategic plans for Christmas. I've had rough ideas of what I'm looking for. I've put a few little gift ideas together, but I'm nowhere near as close as I'd normally be this type of year. I don't have a tablecloth for the table yet this year. A couple of years ago, a friend came and she wanted to set the table hairstyle with her belongings, and we'd had a washable Christmas tablecloth, and we must have had it for about 5 years, still in good condition. Anyway, it got tossed because she was bringing in new fandangled brand new items, and it was kind of like a crepe paper but thicker, really nice. And she had 4 placemats, a table runner, cup mats, all set out, and they were all in a lovely deep red colour, and we had a green underneath it, and it really set out and looked Christmassy. Well, we've had them again for, I think, the last 2 years. No marks on them, no nothing, and they got put away and used again. But last year they got stained, and with them being an embossed crepe paper, I couldn't salvage them. I did try and wipe them down, but I couldn't salvage them. So I have been looking for a tablecloth set for Christmas, but I do want it to be wipeable, something that I can, with being frugal, I want something wipeable that I can keep, put away next year and reuse. So if I can get the whole set for approximately £10, which I'm thinking in this price range, is that possible? But it should be £10 should be sufficient to do that. I don't want crepe paper. I want something washable. I could keep that 5-10 years. £10 will be £1 a year, and I'll be quite happy with that. But if I get something crepe paper or something that I can't wipe down, I'm replacing that each year, and that's approximately going to be £3 to £5 every year or every 2 years. So I want the washable, and I'm prepared to pay a little bit extra for it. So that's my mindset on that. I can't think of anything decor wise that I need to buy. We bought the new Christmas tree because all the old Christmas trees went last year. So we've got a miniature one this year because we don't have space. And there's nothing really extra we have to buy for the home. With having the new front door fitted at the end of last year, we can't hang the wreath on the door. So we're going to have to try and come up, because we used to have a nail in the old front door and we'd be able to hang the wreath on it, and leave it there. And I don't want to put a nail in the new front door. I just don't want to do it. It seems sacrilegious, really. So I need to come up with some kind of support system. We tried the string and it flopped, it snapped. The wreath we've got just is that tad too heavy for string or something like that. So I don't know how I'm going to do it. So that's something I need to look at. And if you've got any ideas for hanging a wreath without knocking a nail in the door, I'd appreciate that as well. But tell me, what kind of Christmas plans are you making this year? Is there something special you're doing? Are you having to replace anything? Or are you like me, there's nothing really that much that needs to buy because we've kept everything and put it away? Other than the odd gift, nice bit of food, probably something decent to drink, that we all like to have a drink at Christmas. That's about it, really. Yeah. So yeah, I've had a lazy afternoon, sat on my bottom, thinking of memories, and just thinking what needs doing. And I'm not getting very far on those plans, to be honest. I'm not getting very far. I've not come up with more recipes for the eggs. I've not come up with any ideas for Christmas. And I've just enjoyed having a relax, really. That was my day today. Thanks for coming. Thanks for having an answer. I'll speak to you soon. Remember, you're loved. Bye-bye.